Yeah, fuck it. He's speaking common.
Stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 25 of Bards and Nobles, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast where we sip cervezas and make bad decisions in fake fantasy worlds. My name is Brian, the Dungeon Master, and tonight I'm joined by...
Aaron Williams, playing Baron von Beauregard VI, the Human Ranger.
I'm eating.
Charles Nelson, playing Max Stormblade, the Human Paladin.
Anthony Boyd, who makes decisions terribly in all worlds, playing Grits Grundell.
Trey O'Neill, probably the only one that understands how to introduce his character, playing Flint McShrimpton, a dwarf.
Damn it, got him!
Got him! By his own hubris.
Humble son of a bitch. And I am
going home.
You are home.
Oh, you're right.
You're stuck. And I am Andrew Danon. I will be playing the Warforged Artificer Gunsmith, Elon Musket. I also rolled a nat 1, so I will be doing the recap. I'm going to try and remember what happened last episode. I'm pretty sure last episode was just me.
Mostly you getting raped by a horse.
Basically.
No, that's next episode.
Oh,
that's this episode.
Flash forward.
just the lubing was happening last episode.
Spoilers.
So, yeah, we were...
I knew it coming in.
Just kidding. No lube.
No. So myself and Grits charged valiantly into a horde of centaurs.
I remember it.
I mean, we charged with gusto. Of course, we didn't really hear that there were dozens with an S.
By the time I realized my mistake, I was already committed.
Yep, just gonna roll with it. Anyway, so we basically just got our asses kicked. The party was able to save Grits, and I was drug off into the wild blue yonder with...
Oh my God, they can fly?
Yes, they can. And I was dragged off by a couple centaurs to wherever.
Drugged off.
Drugged off and
Possibly.
violated, probably. So
If you're lucky.
Yeah. So I guess this episode is going to be us deciding if they're going to come rescue me or not, and I don't know.
The answer is no.
Which...
Fuck that guy.
go ahead.
I was going to say I'd like to implement a rule. You can no longer say the word dozen. You have to say something more ambiguous like horde or gaggle.
All right, a throng of centaurs.
A thong of centaurs.
All right, so that brings us into the game, which that's exactly where we're at. You guys, the remaining party members and an unconscious Grits are in the middle of a field, just kind of gathering their wits after what had just transpired. In the open field, the centaurs have left a wide path trail leading off to the west into the forest adjacent to the plains. And yeah, you guys are just kind of recuperating. What are you guys wanting to do right now? Grits, you're still unconscious.
Is anyone injured? Oh, Grits.
Is anyone I care about injured?
All right.
At that time, you hear me go,
I lay on hands and give Grits
Happy ending.
20 HP.
Dang. He's got amazing technique.
I sniff the ground and I look up straight into Baron's eye and I'm like, this is a rape trail.
I smell lube.
If our episodes don't have NSFW tags on them, yeah, they definitely do.
They already do, but
Okay,
there's got to be some other way we can warn people.
do not let your children listen to this podcast.
Hashtag trigger warning.
Oh. Need a safe space after every episode.
We'll just pretend you said grape trail.
Yeah, that's what I said. Great.
Exactly.
That's racist.
What?
All right,
Moving forward.
Am I who has me?
Oh,
I believe you're on. I believe you're laying across Baron's lap. Isn't that who rescued
Yeah,
him last?
sure. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That sounds entertaining.
On your back, though, because Max handed you to life.
I was
Yeah.
burping you like a baby.
And I'm attempting to get to you for no particular reason.
You find yourself completely surrounded by Baron, Max, and Kibe.
I get up and I'm like,
We need to fix this. We need to fix this fucking foam. It's driving me nuts.
Our quote-unquote studio is falling down around us.
We need your help, listeners. Support us. We have a Patreon.
Sorry, give us a second as we this wall gets put
I'm gonna call
back up.
timeout real quick. Sorry about this, listeners.
Oh my
It's gonna
gosh.
touch the candle that, from.
All right. So yeah, I guess let's just cut this part out.
Yeah, I guess.
No, we're gonna give a play-by-play.
All right.
So
basement.
yeah, yeah. Max reaches up. Oh Jesus!
When this is over, what you gonna do with that Guinness bomber?
Stick it in my butt.
Can I get that
And then he won't eat it.
afterwards? Is that how you broke the last glass bottle?
Yeah.
I saw that video.
I changed my
See
mind.
my video?
I changed my mind. All this is in the episode.
A whole new meaning to red too.
So are we just gonna ignore this right now? Are we moving on?
Yeah,
Let's move on.
All right. What are the Dawnguard doing right now?
I am buckling my pants and prestidigitating all the ass kickery that I experience off of me.
All right, you try, but you don't get all of it. There's a lot there.
I hold up my hand in front of Grits and I say, "How many fingers do you see?"
It's a claw.
I was like, oh, "Okay, well, I guess you're not blind." Because I could have sworn there were dozens of centaurs chasing after us when you were head first into them.
Ooh, he fell for it. Got him.
done.
I look at him. I'm like,
You're right.
you're right. I thought I could slip through, and obviously I could not. I miscalculated, and what happened?
Well,
I remember getting the shit kicked out of me a lot.
one of
You
our
literally
number
did-
is gone. They've taken Elon,
The robot.
the robot.
Yep. So, looking in the directions that the Centaurs headed off to,
Yes.
is that like in the same direction that we think that the river dragon transfer
The lake,
happened?
the lake dragon
Like-
thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we know which direction to go.
The direction we were going, or the direction towards Elon.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. It seems to be the same
I'm just
thing.
asking why you want to go that direction.
I mean,
What's behind that?
I want to know the motivation here.
Shrimp.
they're
Do you want to go that way because that's where the dragon is, or do you want to go that way because that's where Elon is?
I mean, they're in the same place.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah. I feel like they're the same column.
I feel like it's a Venn diagram. We're right in that middle.
It's just a circle.
Angle boy.
I was like, I vote for arrest.
I mean, we could try to make camp here. And do,
I mean, they left a pretty big trail. I don't.
How far away from Blood Blossom are we?
Let's see. It's already middle of the day. I think it's like a almost a full day's ride up to Blood Blossom because you guys were traveling south for a while instead of going to the west.
Right. I mean, are we due to meet them today or at the lake?
Yes.
All right, let's go. You'll be fine. Let's go.
Where's my mount? Where's Bahir at?
We didn't really get a good eye on that one. So your guess is probably as good as ours.
That's funny because I saw him drug off by a bunch of horse lords.
Something like that. But
As you guys are talking about it, you look over in the direction where the circle of death was happening, and you see a number of bloody mounds just
Oh, I
right
thought
there.
they took him.
so wait,
As you
Nibbles is a bloody mound?
no, upon further inspection, though, you don't see nibbles, but you do see a large, blood-soaked spot in the ground where a large creature once was, but there's nothing there right now.
Okay. Is there any of the centaurs that we killed laying around?
Did we kill
I don't think you killed any. You got some hits in on some, but nope, no centaur bodies.
Yeah.
Burn the shit.
I think
out
they
of
got
that one guy.
some big boo boos though.
Did you say boo?
I call for Mr. Monroe.
All right. Moose noise, and then he shows up.
That's a great impression of a moose, considering you're an elk.
Oh yeah, there you go. He looks sad that he couldn't deceive you.
I'm Druid. I know my animals.
I ask, can I ride with someone?
I offer him to ride on Barnaby.
I say thank you, and I crippledly like hop on Barnaby.
Are you riding bitch?
I help the cripple.
I mean, I'm behind him and I'm holding on to him with my head resting on him, trying to get some sleep because I'm just got my ass kicked by a bunch of horsemen.
That's your choice.
All right, so like you said, the trail is pretty obvious, leading to where they're at. Are you guys just going without a rest? You want to take a short rest, long rest, anything like that?
I mean, if you guys really want to take a short rest, we can. How long? What's the minimum for a short rest? Is it one?
It's like an hour.
An hour?
I mean,
It's middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
And we think it.
we might need
It's
a little
noon.
bit of time to recoup on this one and
Yeah.
come up with a plan at the same time.
Does it seem like we could take a short rest and make it to the lake before sunset?
But another risk is
You don't know.
Another risk is the trail going cold. I know that they left a pretty deep impression, but the longer time goes on, we may miss it.
I mean, aren't you
I
like
think the longer time goes on, the more
expert,
likely they make a deep impression on Elon. So,
I'm
I
just
say
saying.
short rest and then do it.
yeah, short rest and do it. I begin short resting.
Yeah, but you'll-
I
You're
begin
doing it as part of the short rest, or
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm
Okay.
constantly doing it. while I short rest.
all right. So you guys just set up camp right there. Take a breather.
So during
Uh,
short rest, we can get her some help back, right?
Yes, you can
Yes.
recuperate.
Spend hit die.
Die.
Yep.
Or dice if you have more than one.
That's true. I do.
So everyone's gonna rest up and do the thing.
I didn't take
Yeah.
any damage in my dwarf form, but I am going to regain my one of my wild shapes
Okay, you get him back on short rest.
Yep.
Nice.
because I got the combat variant.
Oh, Circle of the Moon, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
So it's a hit die plus your
3.
Constitution.
I got my wild shapes are stronger, but I don't have as many
And you
spells.
mark out that you
I used 3 hit dice.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just gonna trust you guys to keep up with how much hit dice you have left and be honest about it.
Nah, that last part was
The honor system.
it stung me.
Well
Anyways,
done.
as you guys are resting and recuperating and discussing your tactics and plans, Elon,
That's me
you
currently.
your eyes slowly open and
Power
everything
back
shifts
up.
into focus, and you feel incredibly weak and in pain. You find yourself inside of a rather large tent, looking over near the entrance of the tent. You notice there's actually a rather decent sized pile of rubbish. This tent actually is very unkempt. Happens to be a lot of junk and rubbish around.
Yeah.
And you see a pair of metal legs sticking out of one of the piles, and you realize you can't move.
Aha.
You look down, and luckily your legs are still attached, but you are strapped in very tight, and your stomach hatch, where your bag of holding, that has taken some damage to where it's unable to open right now. You look over at your left arm, and it's pretty banged up. It's going to take a little bit of repair to get it back to fully functioning. If you had to estimate, you would estimate you're at about 1 hit point
Okay.
right now.
I would like to just mutter to myself, fucking goddamn centaurs.
Do robots have gods? I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry.
Not yet, you know.
In Futurama, they do.
and robot hell.
Yeah, there's Robot Devil, and then there's Robot Rabbi.
Robot.
Anyway, so do you want to do anything? You want to ask any
so-
questions about where you're at? What do you?
I would like to kind of like take a look around. And I would also like to activate my Helm of Comprehend Languages.
Okay,
Just in case, somebody comes in and starts talking.
right.
And I just kind of want to take in my surroundings and see if there is any way I might be able to think about getting out.
You can think about getting out all you want.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about getting out.
Think away.
I don't.
you don't have to roll to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to heal myself.
Okay.
I mean, I guess can I touch myself?
Yeah, you can rotate your wrists just enough to touch yourself a little bit.
Okay.
Figured your priorities would be in a different order right now, but
Yeah, but he's tied up, so you're not going to waste an opportunity.
He's already in the moment.
So
Time to kill.
yeah, exactly. So I'm actually going to cast Mending on myself.
Okay.
At level 1.
All right.
And what did we say that I would do for healing on that?
Wasn't it like here? Let me get the list because we are using that weird other rule since you're a Warforged.
Yeah.
Which I do have it.
Isn't it like
printed
just basically the same thing as
Print
Cure
it
Wounds?
Print off.
I think.
Sure. let me check just to make sure.
Let's see.
This episode of Bards and Nobles is brought to you by
1d8 plus your
viewers like
spellcasting
you.
modifier.
1d8 plus spellcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You masturbate and now you're exhausted.
But you feel a lot better. You feel great. You have that short, intense moment of clarity.
Where you feel guilty and regretful.
Right, just a split second afterwards.
So you got to come back. You're like, what am I doing?
But for that brief moment, everything in the world just makes sense. Everything clicks.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Got to clean up and get the hell out of here.
All right. So that gives me a whole 4 hit points.
Okay. All right. So you feel a little better. Magically, you see some of your armor plating just kind of fold back into place. Some of your wiring just reassemble
and
itself.
What restraint is actually holding me right now? Like, what's it made of?
Okay, it looks like some leather straps.
Okay.
And some very rudimentary buckles, just kind of like pinning you to a wooden thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yes.
Is he ball gagged?
It is not.
I'm gonna break out these cuffs.
You can't break those cuffs.
I'm gonna break these cuffs.
Could I try and like test the restraints to see like if I might be able to like
Just
bust
muscle out of it. Yeah, sure. Give me an athletics check at disadvantage.
He's gonna break out his cuffs.
Your arm is still pretty
You can't break
damaged.
those cuffs.
They're fuzzy. It's fine. Athletics, you said?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Still got to make it in the box though.
That's what she said. 13.
13. You're able to wiggle around just a little bit, but they don't give.
Okay.
The centaur looks over at you. You can't break those cuffs.
They're not there.
But at this point, you're able to focus just a little bit. You do hear some voices outside. And you just hear muffled voices of some what was once grunting, but once your Helm of Comprehend language is finally kicked in, you just hear 2 guys talking.
About some centaurs they hollered at.
Yeah, pretty much just their
sweet.
recent conquests.
Can I get my forearm compartment open to get to the dagger that's in there?
No, and actually you see that the compartment is fully open, but it's empty.
Okay, so they disarmed me.
Good night, everybody.
Should have.
Let's see. Well, I don't have any other spells. I guess I'll try and get out again, I guess. Just try to like work it.
Okay.
Can't break this
Work
cuff.
it, girl.
All right, give me another roll.
All right.
Athletics, disadvantage.
You hear one of the centaurs say, remember that time we banged that robot? That one says, like 5 minutes ago?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
In like 10 minutes from now.
That's a 5.
All right, you struggle a lot harder, and you actually make a decent bit of noise. And one of the centaurs is just like, "Hey!" And so from outside, he comes in.
And I just dropped like I was not doing anything.
Okay.
Back to sleep.
Like a monkey. I'm asleep.
Give me a deception check.
Like Woody.
Disadvantage or
Yeah, you actually have exhaustion right now.
oh, okay.
So
Sweet.
all your ability checks are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay. Awesome. Well, motherfucker, of course it's a disadvantage. Deception, you said?
Yeah.
So,
Deception, you say?
13.
Just shred.
Just for the listeners, I had a nat 20 and a 14.
All right. He comes in and you see a pretty big, burly centaur. He's actually
Yeah.
got 2 horns coming off his head. And he busts in and looks right over at you, and peeping under your metal eyelids, you see him look at you and has this inquisitive look, but then he just kind of grumbles something under his voice and then walks away.
It's probably like fucking Warforged.
And you do hear him say, no, he's still sleeping, but go get. And then you don't really quite understand what he says after that.
What part of a horse and a human gave him horns?
The magical fantasy part.
Okay.
The shut the hell up part.
Fair enough.
All right, so
He hadn't grafted on. Ah,
guys, I just want to let you know our quote unquote studio is literally falling apart right now.
The episode
We're doing this
will be technical
I
difficulties.
mean, y'all saw I didn't touch it. It just fell.
He touched it.
I did not.
He touched it.
He touched it.
For just $5 a month, you can have a new studio.
$2 a month.
For one coffee a day.
for $1 a month, you can help the Bards and Nobles.
All right, so we
Please,
come
son.
back to the Dawnguard wrapping up, arguing whether or not Grits touched it or not.
The consensus is that he did.
So you guys head down towards the trail.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're after it.
It's pretty easy to follow. It's probably only about an hour in when you come up upon. You hear the noises. It's a pretty dense, thick forest. But up ahead, you can see that it starts to clear off, and you can even see through the trees some semblance of structures. Not very well built one, more like tents and things like that. And as you scout around just in the perimeter of it, which is not, it's not a small task. It's actually, you find out it's pretty big. You come upon what looks like a large camp of these tribal looking structures. You see at least 30 or 40 centaurs just milling about, coming in and out of tents, doing their thing. As you guys are sneaking around the woods, and you're able to estimate that this encampment that the trail has led straight to is roughly the size of like a small subdivision. One thing you do notice is that like some of the walls and the barricades are very shoddily and hastily put together. It doesn't look like this encampment has been here long, but you are able to get some those few details.
Is it like a shanty town?
It's like an encampment.
More like an encampment, almost like a military
Like
encampment.
a shanty encampment?
No, because they're tents and they're separated. Not really shanty-like.
It's not shantied at all.
So, guys, what's this plan we came up with during our rest?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry you missed that discussion. You're going in solo mission. Just save the robot.
Here,
can do
take
that.
this, and I hand him a pistol with one bullet in it. You might need this.
We'll be here as your support.
I mean, I can do that.
Weapons and equipment, OSP.
I was like, I can go invisible. And I
Oh,
also have these 3 grenades that I should have thought about.
Okay, how about this? Hand me the grenades. I'm gonna go on the opposite side of the encampment
And blow himself up.
and blow myself up.
Sounds
I
like
don't think that's a good use of the grenades.
Give me one grenade.
I hand him 1 grenade. Is there a difference in the grenades
Yes.
that I'll look at?
Yeah.
Tell me the difference.
All right.
Did I tell him about the different grenades before I got raped?
I
by
did
the
have
centaurs?
him look
Nope.
at them.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see
at
what
these.
happens.
Got it.
Yeah, all of them have like a silvery, round, almost like Christmas ornament type look to them. One of them has like blue designs and decorations. One is all gray, and another one is red. It's just like it's got red lines and patterns and things like on there.
I give him the blue accented one.
Okay.
I had that.
eBay gives you the blue accented one.
Mistake.
We'll find out.
I'm not really going to be help in any sort of like sneak around reconnaissance mission. I'm a giant crab. You haven't noticed?
It's all right, Kibe. It's all right.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know what, Kibe? I respect you that you know your weaknesses. I should learn from you and take note. You're a good fighter.
Thank you.
Take out like a sword.
So, if anyone has a better idea, I'm all earbuds. But I propose that I go to the far side of this camp. I go around the edge, around the outer perimeter, and I'm going to detonate. I'm going to attempt to detonate this bomb, and try to draw some attention away from the side that we're currently on, so that y'all can potentially save the Rubit.
How fast can you run?
I mean, is there water around?
No. There's definitely like latrines and ditches dug for things like that, but
Well,
not
I mean-
like water.
Here's the thing though is we don't know where he's at in the camp, so you might just be drawing all the centaurs to that part of the camp.
All right, then what's the better plan?
No. I mean, if we could try to figure out where he is, have we tried thinking to him? And I try to think as loud as I can. Elon.
Okay. No response.
Ah,
I can,
But did he hear it?
I can go invisible, sneak in, find him, then I can go to the other side of the camp, and when the explosion goes off, run back, grab him, and get out. Or I don't know. That's just I don't know.
Well, I could definitely cover y'all with my rifle.
I say we go. I like setting off the bomb. We go set off that on one side. We join together. Like we set that off the north end of the camp. We join together at the west end of the camp. Start a fight there. He sneaks in through the south side of the camp and tries to find Elon.
Yeah,
That's 2 distraction points. There's a raid and an explosion.
and I can cover him while he sneaks.
As you say that, Baron, you kind of hold a hand up to quiet everyone as you perceive in the distance. It looks like 2 centaurs
2 targets.
walking towards your direction. Doesn't look like they've spotted anyone yet. It just looks like a patrol that happens to be walking a circular
Now's our chance.
scouting.
We can
mission.
smash him over the head and disguise ourselves as one, and then sneak in.
We're gonna skin him.
Yes.
We're gonna make a 2-person horse suit out of a centaur belt.
I call butt.
I want this to happen now. That's the only way you can rescue me.
A Trojan centaur.
Yeah. All right. That's not the worst idea I've heard today.
At this point, you see one kind of stop, and he motions over to the other centaur, and he points ahead. And
At
they both
us?
they both take weapons out, and they start kind of looking up. They definitely
Are we in like the tall grass? Are
heard
we like-
something.
I would like to hide.
It's it's a pretty dense thicket.
All right.
Yeah, I
Right
cast
word?
hide.
All right,
You cast hide.
everyone, give me stealth. If you're hiding,
Natural 20.
all right.
All right. I would
You
like
look up
to.
and Grits is gone.
I would like to turn into a saber-tooth tiger.
14.
All right.
Can I go ahead and tiger up?
Sure.
Bad news,
All right.
guys.
It just takes one bad apple.
Yeah.
7.
5.
Keep me just standing in the field like I don't know what's
Okay.
going on.
Waving.
Everybody jumped and hit. Just like, where'd everybody go?
So everyone's hiding behind trees, bushes, rocks, and under the terrain, and all the good spots are taken. So Kibe is just looking around for somewhere to hide. And as you're looking for a spot, the 2 centaurs kind of rush up and stop in front of you, and they're just screaming almost at you in this really guttural, just unrecognized language. and one has a lance pointed at you, and the other one has his bow and arrow just pointed at you.
I sneak attack the one closest to me.
I would also like to sneak attack the one closest to me.
I grapple the other one.
All right, let's both of you guys do your attacks.
I'd like to cat one of them. Can I pounce one of them?
Wait, after they both fire.
All right.
I'm not going to shoot. I'm going to use my
There's a 21
two
hit.
short swords.
Yeah, it hits.
All right, and that's an automatic critical.
And that's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. And that's an automatic critical.
No one counts if you can say the word.
Critical.
How much damage do you do?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay, and then you can roll damage also.
He doesn't have
Okay.
enough dice.
And then I get sneak attack.
So yeah, as they rush up and they're just like, you hear as an arrow flies. You shoot arrows, right? You got a bow, or are you throwing a dagger? What are you attacking with? You just said shoot.
Oh, I'm coming. No,
I don't have any ranged weapons. I just.
Oh no, I moved up like out of hiding.
Well, then you don't get assassinate then. If you weren't hidden.
No.
I was
he
hitting
snuck
and then
up.
come out.
He snuck up. Just like
No.
I snuck up.
Yeah, but you guys hid. You're not hiding 5 feet away from where they're standing, though. You had to
Sneak up.
realistically hide behind something.
Okay.
If you came out of.
Then I threw my dagger at.
Okay, there we go. That's what
My
I'm
dagger.
saying. You can make a hidden attack like that. You can't stay hidden and then run 20 feet and then hit them.
All right.
Not with that attitude.
I didn't want to shoot them,
What'd you
so
do?
I wanted to sneak up on them.
Well then, can I have another?
Okay,
Can I have
if
some
you
more
guys are
D8s?
charging out of the bush, we're going to roll initiative and you guys aren't getting surprise attacks.
No,
I'm just
but I
gonna throw
want
my
to
dagger.
like they don't know where I'm at. I'm hidden and I'm sneaking up.
Andrew, can I get? Can I get?
Yeah, but you have to move out of
Can I
the
get another
hiding.
D8?
Yeah, but
To make
but
the
I move
attack.
I move while hiding.
But you forgot
Okay.
this part. There's a solar eclipse right now, so they're both blind.
Have you ever played like
Horsemen
Metal
don't
Gear?
know.
Yeah.
You know how like you can move behind people and they don't see
Do you have a cardboard box?
This is another.
Are you in a cardboard box?
Can I be?
Cardboard hasn't been invented yet, I'm pretty sure.
His grandpappy's box.
My great grandpappy's box. No, so
You-
wait,
okay,
I can't sneak
You-
up on him.
You both, the two of you, Baron and Grits, you get your surprise attacks. So go ahead and make your attack with whatever you're attacking with right now.
Okay, I did.
Okay.
Or, I mean,
just
like
threw
I told you, a 15.
I threw my dagger from the
Yeah.
hidden
How
position.
much damage is that?
10.
All right.
10 damages.
Jeez.
But I snuck up on him, and now I'm in melee range, and my surprise is gone.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would also just like to magically heal myself, and I am now Robo Centaur.
We'll see. How much damage did you do?
Hold on, I'm counting it up.
Andrew, you got to whine more to make it really happen.
God damn it!
All right.
want to do that.
41.
All right. With your
And
dagger?
three. Yeah, it's my dagger of life stealing. So on a crit, they take an additional 3d8
Oh, that's right.
Jesus.
of necrotic.
Appeal to him using Metal Gear.
All right. Yeah, you guys see a dagger just fly out of nowhere, and the main one with the bow. No, we'll say lance so that you don't get shot automatically. The one with the lance, a dagger just flies in the side of his head as he goes stiff. And the other one looks over as you attack him from behind because he looked over because his friend died. That's why you're still hidden. And you hit him for how much damage? You said 50? 10 damage, right?
10.
All
Yeah.
that for 10 damage.
If you wanted me to, I could have rolled another stealth or something.
and that,
till
ladies
I
and gentlemen, is how a
confirm it or
DM
No, it's all right. It's all right.
figures shit out.
I mean, if you're pouncing and then are you going to attack him?
Yeah, I'm going to pounce the other one.
Right, or the one that's still standing?
I'll also
Yeah,
attack.
you guys jump out of the woodworks and just dice him up.
I just stand there
All right.
while this is happening.
Yeah. You got two
Hands
dead
raised.
centaurs now.
Take me to your leader. Ah, shit.
So
That
now
was a
comes the
close one.
skinning part, right? We're gonna make the Trojan.
Guys, I'm already in tiger form, so I can be the bottom if someone wants to ride on my shoulders.
Well,
Well, you can do
I
that.
was going to attempt to restrain him, but I mean, murder's good too, I suppose.
Hey, man, I panicked. I
define
just threw
murder.
it.
That's it.
We need to move these guys
Grapple.
out of the road.
Are we on the road or are we in the?
You're in the woods in a dense thicket where
We're
you guys
out
all
of the,
head.
out of the trail. We can just hide the bodies.
Let's just put them in the latrine that we saw.
I think
I start dragging one of the bodies into
The latrine.
the thickest part of the thicket.
Can I
Alright.
search the other one he's
It's
not
so
dragging?
What?
Can I search the other one he's not dragging?
The
Yeah.
thicketest.
Investigation?
Yep.
Natural 20.
Okay. He's got a few animal skins that it looks like he was wearing, and then a lance, and that's pretty much it. And you can tell just by the clothes they're wearing, these are pretty savage, tribal-looking guys. Probably not going to have much in the way of gold or gems or other random loot you look for every time on people.
I was just like, if he had like a necklace or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's got a necklace. It's made of leather and some rocks and things like that.
I'll take it.
Very Paleolithic.
Oh, it's paleo. I take it. Plus one of my pretentiousness.
Oh god.
All right. So one
when
body
they
is
said
drug.
vegan.
One body is drug off into the thickest portion of the thicket. The other one has been thoroughly rifled through.
I begin to
Drag
drag
him off
the,
to the thicketest.
I drag the other one to the thickest.
All right. The thickest part of the thicket is now thicker than it's ever been before.
Say shrimp. Can you turn into one of these things?
I think really hard about. I've seen a bunch of them. Can I turn into one of these? As wild
You
shape.
don't believe you can? You can definitely turn into a horse.
I can't.
No, wait. We established you can't.
Oh, DM said
We
it.
established
You said you do
can't.
it. You said you do it.
No. You can't.
I think
All
they're
right.
technically not beast.
Yeah. Okay.
You're technically
Am I
not a
alone in that
beast.
tent?
If I could turn into a
last time
horse,
you
there's
were.
a flim flam I want to run,
We're
or
about
we
to go back
sell
to
me
you.
to
Okay.
someone.
Most def. I retrieve my dagger and clean it.
Okay.
And I look at him like, this is a good ass dagger.
All right. So I'm gonna go find some high ground, and I'll cover you, Grits, while you sneak in from the south side. Everybody's gonna go create a distraction on the north end.
What side of the camp are we on?
What side do you guys want to be on? You guys have spent a decent amount of time scouting around.
I
the
guess we're
outside
on
of
the.
it.
I guess we're on the south side at this point.
All right.
Or
A lot of
let's say
centaurs,
we're on the
definitely
west side,
south
so he can head south. We can head north to set off the bomb, and then we'll attack
I
from
feel
the
like
west.
the east side would be shorter.
No,
I
we're
feel
already
like
on the
we've
west.
already
It's
spent too
fine.
much time discussing what side we're on.
All right. So
We're on the
Travel
west
montage.
side.
Let's nail down a plan, guys. What do you guys do?
Which, by the way, I was like, as soon as you pull the pin, I don't know enough about these grenades to tell you I don't know what that grenade's going to do. I don't know how long the fuse on it is. So you need to pull the pin, throw it, and get the fuck away from it.
It's blue. Everything will work out.
You know what? That's why I have faith in you, Kibe. That kimono looks lovely on you.
Thank you. Oh, it's so nice.
So is there a cliff or any type of
We're in the forest.
high ground around? I would like to have. I would like to
We're
have
in
the
the
high
forest
ground.
next to a plane.
Give me an investigation check.
Gotcha.
Climb a tree.
Wait. Or survival, whichever one's going to be higher for you.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you're a ranger. right?
21.
Yeah.
Are you in your favorite terrain?
No, mountains are my favorite terrain.
The best high ground you're able to find, because it is relatively flat land, there are some pretty old, thick trees around that
I
have
like
some
it.
high branches.
I like it.
That, could definitely serve as some good perches.
Yeah. I perch upon.
All right. You shimmy up onto a tree. You've got a good vantage point. And yeah, I mean, you just see almost a full encampment. From
Gotcha.
where
I mentally whisper. I'm in position.
Do you see any robots? I mentally whisper back.
I piercingly gaze into the sunset.
do you have special glasses? No, you don't see any robots.
Baron is
just
now blind.
walking
Gotcha.
around.
I tell Kibe that I don't see any robots walking around.
This will be harder than I thought.
Oh dear.
All right, so what's your guys' plan?
All right. Well,
We need to move up to the west side of the camp, and then, I mean, if you want to do it, Kube, you can. But if someone sneakier can take the grenade up there,
And then Baron, just to give you a heads up, from your position, you do see about 40 or 50 that you're able to count, at least walking around and outside their tents.
Fuck shit. I would like to report this number of dozens.
Can you be more specific, please?
There's a horde, an army rather.
Is it an army or is it
A
more
murder
like a
of
garrison?
centaurs.
Is there a garrison?
Quick question. Do we use a base 10 or a base 12 number system in this world?
It depends on what city you're from, what nation you're from.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I only use base 2, so. Hexadecimal.
Jeez.
I mean,
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna go do it.
All right.
I'm going to go.
do you, girl.
So I'm going. What side are we on? Because I'm going to the opposite side of that.
We're at the south side now. We're going to move up to the west. We're going to wait there. You're going to go up to the north, set off the bomb, run back to us, and then we're going to run in through the west and cause another distraction while Grits
Okay.
goes and collects our robot.
Okay. All right. So I am headed north,
Okay.
Straight to the
By
camp.
yourself?
straight to the camp. No, I'm circling the camp by myself.
Yeah. All right. And the other three?
We're heading up to the west side of it. West side?
All right. You guys.
I sneak up just to the south side and hide until I see the signal, which is the grenade going off.
So are you going with the other three or are you not?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. So you guys have split up into 3 effective groups. You've got Grits by yourself,
Correct.
and then you 3.
Well,
Or-
he's
or no.
up in the tree in the south.
Group
4.
A.
Yeah.
Okay, so Group A is in the tree.
Yeah.
Group 2 is is walking to the west side. That's Kibe.
Walking to the north side. There
To the north side.
Yeah.
Who's there? They.
They
Me and
are
Max are on the
You
west
and
side.
Max are
Saga.
Group Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
All right. And then and then the last group is you're just going up.
I'm looking
by
for
yourself.
like basically a hole in the barricade that I can try to slip through,
Okay.
and I'm gonna wait for the signal once I see that near that
The signal
hole.
being what?
The grenade going off.
Gotcha. All right. You guys all go on your way. And that roll was for nothing.
Can I, can I, from my vantage, try to get an idea of possibly what tent might look like a prisoner tent? Like, I assume the
Right.
tents have different shapes and different sizes.
They do have different sizes. They're all roughly the same shape. There's not a lot of variation in them.
Gotcha.
Just
Shit.
look like to be made of wood poles and animal skins.
Well, I'll take it all back.
Okay.
I message to Barron's like, do you see like a leader tent or anything?
I would like to take back my taking back and search for the leader tent.
Okay. You do see one tent towards the center, the back center of the encampment. Yeah, one much larger than the rest, and it's actually almost kind of on a knoll that's slightly raised terrain compared to the
Gotcha.
rest
Now,
of
is that to the north, south?
it. You're to the south.
Yes,
I'm
he's
in
to
a
the
tree.
Well, then it's all to the north to you
Okay, it's all to the north to me. Gotcha.
because you're in a tree to the south, right?
Gotcha.
Yes.
But comparatively to the camp, is it like in the center of the camp?
Yes.
Okay. I relay this information to the Grits.
I think to myself, I'm gonna blow that shit up.
Okay. Elon, back in the tent.
Did that take long enough for me to like take a short rest during my fake sleeping?
No, this is we're picking up right after
We're the shot.
about 5 minutes after the
Okay.
Centaur left. You see another one walk in, and he's got like a large feathered.
Headdress.
Let's rescind that. He's got just a large, like animal skin type headdress going on. He's got a lot of hanging necklaces and adornments and stuff like that.
Does he have a burn mark on his chest?
Doesn't matter because you're not there. So
you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
And he walks
Metagame
in,
much?
and he just steps through. He pushes aside one of the guards. He steps through, and he kind of gets in your face and kind of looks, and he kind of like pats your face a little bit and like toom, toom, toom.
Okay. I look up and I say, "Who are you?"
And you see him kind of confused, and he kind of takes a step back, and he's like, "You speak our language."
I try. What are they speaking anyway?
Centaurian.
Centaurian.
Technically, comprehend languages and let you know what they're speaking. It says you can understand it.
I can understand it.
Yeah.
But I can't speak their language through comprehend languages, though.
Can you not?
No. It's just. I think
that's tongues.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had those mixed up.
I can just understand. I mean, you said it.
Helm of tongues.
That's true.
If I can,
Fuck.
if I can just
Retcon.
hooray! I mean, it's fine.
No.
You got lucky with that one word.
Yeah.
Well, he,
At this point, what languages do you speak?
Adjust all my papers and find out the solution. Yeah, fuck it. He's speaking common.
Well played.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
impressed that you can also speak.
You can speak common.
Well,
He doesn't know it's common.
Sure.
This language is actually fairly common across the land.
He looks confused.
I'm actually surprised that you speak common.
You speak common?
He says, who are you?
My name is Elon, and I am a Dawnguard for the Sun King. A Dawnguard knight.
He says that means nothing to me.
I mean, we were actually
Were you sent to kill us?
not specifically, no. We were
Good
actually. I mean, we were
In a
actually.
roundabout way, yes.
Yeah, we were actually coming to just kind of scope out the area. We heard some reports of some strange things down here, and we figured we'd check it out. And then when the boars came, when that large herd of boars came after us, or came towards us, we kind of veered towards. We thought you were actually somebody else, and we kind of veered towards you, and then you started attacking us. So I have a bad temper, and wasn't going to let that go unanswered.
He still looking very confused. Yeah, he says, well, then apologies are in order. We thought you were sent like the others to kill us.
Oh shit!
My hunters were simply defending themselves.
I mean, no, I'm not trying to kill you on purpose. I mean, if you don't attack me, I'm not going to attack you. We were actually here to investigate. We heard rumors of a dragon in these areas. I mean,
At the mention of dragon, he kind of like steps back a little bit, and he's like, "You know of the scaled one?"
I mean, we've heard of him. We were actually going to go and check it out and see if it was actually true. I take it from your reaction that there is indeed a golden dragon here.
And then he says, "Unfortunately, yes."
What do you mean by unfortunately? Is he? Can I get out of this restraint? It's really uncomfortable.
It's like, not until I know more.
Okay.
And then he proceeds to tell you that him and his people they actually lived on the lake. They had a small village on the lake, and they worshipped this beast below for generations or whatever.
Yeah.
Until just a few weeks ago, the beast actually came up, and then it began commanding some of the centaurs to do different things, to go steal, to go kill, to go pillage. And they weren't about that. And so some of them tried to stage
Splinter group.
Some of them just tried to stage a coup or like a rebellion against the dragon, and it actually took over some of the stronger member of the groups. And so that the encampment that they're at right now, they just kind of like fled away from that area. And he explains that other people, like some of the centaurs have been sent out to attack, some of the roads and things like that. And that you're not the first group of people, or some of the people they've encountered have been sent out to basically stop them.
Okay. Well,
just to expedite this whole conversation.
Okay. So, I tell him that, well, if you could, try and, let me out of these restraints. I'm pretty sure the rest of my group is going to try to come save me. And if I don't explain what's going on, it's not going to end well for you guys.
I want Andrew to be the diplomat from now on.
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Still
And just as a regular
Just
roll,
regular?
because you would have gotten advantage on it, yeah.
Okay. Persuasion 14.
He kind of looks down, he's scratching his fuzzy chin, and he says, give me time to think on this.
Okay.
And he turns around and walks away. And as he goes to, he just goes and he says something to one of the guards posted outside the tent, and then he walks out.
I would like to try and just think really hard, at hoping that somebody's in range
Okay.
to catch it, and
Okay.
just say that, the situation isn't what we are thinking, that this camp of centaurs isn't necessarily bad.
Okay.
I just want to keep pushing that out in hopes somebody gets it and picks
Okay.
it up, and maybe they can relay it or something.
Gotcha.
I don't know. And I would like to look around and see if my rifle's in that tent.
You don't see it.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Everybody else, you are in position to wherever you were headed to get in position to. Luckily, by the hands of fate, you have evaded all patrol and all centaur looking for you. You're you're pretty well seasoned adventurers at this point. You know what you're trying to do. Kibe, you're in position. Max and Shrimp, you are in position. Grits, you are in position in that hole in the barrier. What are you doing?
I continue to wait for the signal.
Okay. Everyone else?
I'm looking at the grenade.
Yes, you have the blue one, correct?
Yes.
All right, you made it to you said north side of the camp?
I'm at the north side.
Gotcha.
So I'm directly on the opposite end of Mr. Baron.
Correct. All right.
Dawnguard,
All
murdering
right.
the innocent since day one.
Okay.
So is there's just a pull cord on it?
There's a lawnmower?
I mean, he had a string. Other guy.
You have to
They're
solve
just
a
assembled,
Sudoku
though.
puzzle
It's
first.
just a pin.
Yeah, there's a pin that you
Okay,
just
okay.
pull out.
All right. Well, I get ready. I wind up, pull the pin, and I throw it as hard as I can to the east.
What?
Y'all are to the west.
We're at the north. You're at the north side of the camp.
Yeah, I'm throwing it away from me, and then I'm going to go west. I'm going to go back towards you guys.
All right. You know what? I'm not there. You do you, man.
I'm throwing it in the eastern direction, planning to, as soon as I throw it, go back where they were towards the east,
Okay.
or towards the west.
Okay. You just chunk it and flies through there. It sails, and you actually notice somebody. You see one of the centaurs off in the distance. He kind of looks at it and he sees it, and he quietly just lands in the grass. And then you hear it's like a muffled explosion. It's just like as in that entire area just gets covered in frost and encased in ice. And
really
roughly 20-foot radius. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It doesn't look like it hits anybody, but immediately from different directions, you see 5 or 6 centaurs just kind of perk up and start making their way over there.
Man, I feel like that could have been useful in a certain situation.
Yeah, probably could have. Well, I'm going back west now.
Okay.
I assumed the red was the big exploding one. I wanted to hold on to that one.
Did
Do I
anyone
hear?
hear that is the question.
Did I hear that go off?
Give me a perception check.
Oh shit!
Don't you have a 19 or something passive?
No.
No.
I do not. I have a 16, I think.
16?
Yeah.
Or what did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Did I hear anything?
I'll get to you in a second.
Son of a bitch.
You saw it. You can see it from where you're at, Baron.
Hot
You
damn.
see it go off. Grits, you didn't hear anything. It was a very mild and muffled, just it was very centralized in that location.
What about Shrimp and Max?
Um
You want us to roll for it?
So, do I notice that shrimp isn't moving?
Yes.
Grits isn't moving?
Yeah, you notice Grits isn't moving. And then Shrimp and Max, yeah.
Isn't Grits invisible?
Wait, did you go invisible?
Yeah.
No,
Okay. Sweet.
I've not gone invisible yet.
22.
12.
Yeah, between the two of you, you heard it.
I asked Grits after about 5 to 10 seconds goes by. I was just like, what are you waiting on?
Did it go off?
It went off.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I then go invisible. And I sneak into the camp, doing my best to avoid as much traffic as I can, peeking in the back end of tents,
Right.
investigating the best I can.
Okay. Give me a D6. Just roll a D6 for me.
Oh.
And because I can't
One.
see him, I'm keeping an eye out for any strange occurrences that might be him.
Like random skirts flying up and
Yeah.
what did you roll?
1.
1. All right. You peel back the one tent that you can get to cleanly without running into any guards or whatever, or other centaurs, because you're having to carefully navigate through this encampment. You open it and you're hit with it's a pretty rank smell, and you see it's kind of adjacent to the animal pens where you're at, this specific tent, and inside you from underneath some of the tent walls you can see kind of blood just like coming out, and it looks like someone's been tanning or skinning animals and dressing them, and you see a familiar shape. You see the black fur kind of just hung up, just a full skinning of Bagheera.
Well, it's not his name, but okay.
I'm sorry, what was
Bahir.
Bahir?
Bahir.
I'm sorry, Bahir.
Isn't Bagheera from like the Jungle Book?
This is the Jungle Book, yeah. That's what I
Pretty
thought
sure
it
that's
was.
where he started, and he's like, "Nah, I can't do that. I'll make it a little different." But here,
Is there like
You see,
robot skin next to that?
The tent is empty, and obviously, these are very skilled and talented artisans when it comes to leather work, as from what you've seen from the necklace that you took, from all the different pieces of cloth or clothing. You don't see the body anywhere. You assume it's been already begun, process, or people, taking.
you might be okay.
They did that very quickly, but can I collect his hide?
Yeah, you sneak in and
Yeah.
you just like take the full.
Dude, he was important to me.
It's like when people have their animals taxidermied.
Whatever, man. You guys don't know my backstory.
He's gonna make a coat out of it. Anyway,
It's gonna make it
I,
make some boots.
After that, I just pretty heartbroken. I'm thinking of Elon. Where you at, Elon? Elon. As I just continue investigating.
Okay. Max and Shrimp, you guys do anything?
all right. So on the western side of the camp, do we see any guards? Like, is there any gate we're nearby? Or?
Yeah, there's it isn't like a full wall or anything. There's lots of broken areas that it's pretty easy to slip through if you wanted to.
Yeah. Are there any guards right around there?
Yeah, there's a few. They're just mulling around. Just a few centaurs just kind of.
All right, Max.
Chilling.
We got two choices. We can try to sneak
All
in,
right.
or I can attack one and run back to you, and we can try to pick them off one by one.
All right. I'm not very stealthy in all this plate armor.
Fair enough. And I run in and I pounce the closest one to me.
All right. As you start charging in, you see two of them that were mulling around together, just talking to each other, kind of look up and ready their weapons. Give me initiative.
All right. Uh-oh. 5.
19.
Okay.
Do I get like a surprise round or anything since I like ran up and attacked them? Or
No, because you ran from pretty far. Like you ran up to him.
All right, fair enough.
If you're hidden and he walked by, or you stealthed up to him or something, but you just ran in.
Yeah,
Like you said, I charge in and jump on him.
Yeah, all right.
Does your pounce give you advantage on that?
No.
Okay.
I can knock him down.
Right.
I mean, you can
You're
go. You can
supposed-
attack first though. Like you
You're
guys
supposed to
will
just
be up first.
make a noise and draw him out to you. Think Metal Gear.
I purr? No. Okay, so I pounce him, and yeah, I attack his face. Does a
I'm taking a picture of this.
I feel like there's something on me.
Does a?
does a 15 hit?
It does.
All right.
That's awesome.
You said there were 2 guards.
Yeah, there's 2 immediately right there. But I mean, this is also kind of out in the open, and a prolonged fight, you assume, would draw more attention to you.
All right. 8 slashing damage, and he has to make a DC 14 Strength saving throw
Okay.
to not be knocked prone.
Oh, to go prone?
Yeah.
Nah. Even having 4 legs isn't enough to help. But you're able to knock him over because you T-bone him.
And I'm going to make a bite attack.
It's like fucking Discovery Channel over here.
Go for the throat.
Does a
Young-
24 hit?
Yeah, it hits.
The young Centaur just cannot stay up.
Max, you see him just pounce one. Or what are you doing? Are you jumping in? Or are you,
Well, the plan was for him to run back to me.
Right.
So I'm going to see if he starts moving back toward,
Let's see if
toward
he
me.
does that.
Yeah, I'm going to see if he does that. If he doesn't, I'm going to charge in.
That for 11 damage.
okay.
And then I use the rest of my movement to run away.
All right. Well, he's going to be able to take a swipe at you.
At disadvantage because he's prone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he missed anyways.
Okay.
Make sure. And his buddies just there like, the fuck?
His buddy swings wildly and misses as you move another, 20 feet? What's your max?
Max speed is
Movement.
40. So
40? Yeah, about 20 feet.
Yeah. So
That's the
moved
biggest
back.
chipmunk I've ever seen.
I move back into pouncing range.
see that?
One came out of nowhere, man.
No one will believe you.
They're just like, what the fuck just happened?
His Baron, you see from your perch, out of the bushes, the springing, leaping tiger. You're a tiger, right?
Yeah. Sabretooth.
Saber-toothed tiger attacks one of the centaurs and then retreats back outside the camp as 2 centaurs start making their way towards where the saber-toothed tiger ran, and one calls out for some reinforcements, and you can see from the general vicinity, like 2 or 3 more head that direction.
I just shake my head and mutter, amateurs.
Kibe, what are you doing at this point? You've seen a dozen or so run off to where you initially threw that grenade. And as you're making your way back, you see another scuffle up ahead with some centaurs just kind of like running towards. And then Grits, you hear outside the tent, you hear some yelling now, closer than before, than at the other end of the camp.
Clearly, I'm just trying to avoid traffic and investigate best I can. The whole time, messaging's like, Elon, you there?
Gotcha.
I am thinking really hard. Guys, I threw the grenade. We shouldn't have any problem sneaking in. And I'm still just running towards
Max
the
and
west
Shrimp.
side. Yeah, I'm running towards. Do I see Max or a tiger?
Yeah. You see where they're now. It's kind of turned into this standoff where like there's a couple centaurs that are starting to like surround these 2 on the edge of the camp.
So then my shouts turn to, "The hell happened?" And yeah, I'm just gonna run towards him. I don't know how
You've
close
played
I
with
can
us
get.
long enough to know what happened.
All right. So, Grits, roll another d6 for me as you're sneaking through the camp.
5.
All right. Outside of the next tent that you come upon, you just see one sleeping centaur just kind of like curled up on the outside of a.
Wait, they don't sleep standing up?
Not this one. The horse is really tired, man.
Horses don't sleep standing up.
He's taking a siesta.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know enough about horses to dispute you.
Well, these are centaurs.
Animals don't sleep standing up. I don't know who perpetrated this lie.
They also can't look up.
They
Or is that
cannot.
just dogs.
And they can't swim backwards.
I know a guy who absolutely believes that dogs can't look up, and I'm like, dude, dogs can fucking look up.
Have you ever seen a dog look up?
Yes.
Never seen a dog look up. Kangaroos can't hop backward. I feel like we got sidetracked.
Grits, what are you doing?
I walked by this one. Does he look like a leather worker?
No.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking stab him anyway. No, I'm not. That takes away my invisibility. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just filled with hate and anger at these people right now. I continue searching.
Okay.
Thought we were about to make another.
I just
Alright.
I just hover over him for a split second. I'm like, I'm trying to be better. Trying to be better. Sheath my weapon and continue on.
All right. You make your way to the center of the camp. You see the largest tent there. And you can hear, and more centaurs are just kind of heading towards you guys are on the west side?
West, yeah.
Yeah. As you can hear the sounds, and you can kind of, you saw it at the corner of your eye, you saw Kive running around the edge of the camp. You can kind of assume what's going on out there. You hear the clash of swords and weapons. Baron, you see at this point, Kibe, Max, and Shrimp are just engaged in this melee. But more and more centaurs are beginning to pour out. And at this point, they kind of have you guys surrounded.
This feels familiar.
Dozens.
Dozens, you say?
Grits, what do you do? Do you enter the tent or?
I'm still the big tent.
Yeah,
is one of the
you can
flaps
see
open.
outside the big tent.
One of the flaps open.
No, it's kind of closed.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I know? Is activating the grenade an action?
Yep. Yeah, if you throw it or activate it, it'll drop your invis.
Okay. Anyway, I take a quick peek. Do I see Elon? And I'm still thinking Elon.
All right, Elon.
That's me.
Since last time we left you, the shaman has come back and it's taken you to the center of the encampment.
Sweet.
You've entered the command tent. Acting as a translator, the shaman that you spoke to, who you found out his name is Karaska.
Karaska.
Bless you.
Because he's the only one that speaks common in this entire camp.
Apparently.
He's acting as a translator.
By a freak chance of nature.
He's acting as translator. He's told your story to the chief. And again, the chief has reiterated everything that Karaska has told you. And then, at this point, they agreed that they would help you, and they would, wait for your friends. A few hours, at least an hour goes by.
Okay.
All right, about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So you hear a muffled explosion off in the distance. You hear a few minutes later some yelling, some scuffling. It sounds like a fight outside. And then a few minutes after that, you hear, "Hey, Elon, Elon," the familiar psychic or mental voice of Grits in your ear.
All right. I would just reply and be like, "Yeah, I'm fine. These centaurs are actually friendly. They agreed to help us. Is
It seems so friendly when they're kicking my ass.
Did we set off that explosion?
Yeah. What tent are you in? What tent are you in?
Stop doing that. I'm in the big center one
Why would we stop?
because these aren't the guys we're looking for.
Wait, what?
I'll explain
Both
later.
Karaska and the chieftain kind of look at you as you hold your hand up to your head. And Karaska's like, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?
No, it's fine.
Do you have a headache? Do you need tea or anything?"
What's
or?
going on outside is the rest of my group trying to save me because they don't know I'm safe. So I need to get to them and let them know what's going on. So
What tent? The whole time he's just hearing me in his head. They're like, "What tent are you in?"
the center one, the big center one.
Does he know that?
Yeah, he was brought there.
I go up to the center one. Can I look in? Like I'm on the outside, like just peeking in.
Yeah, as you go to look in, the chieftain, you open the tent and you see just the abdomen of the centaur chieftain as he's walking out, and he kind of he walks straight out, walks into you, just kind of ignores you, and he says something to you in you understand him.
Sorry.
He says your friends are here.
Yeah. So I'll walk out and I'll use my relic.
Right here, motherfucker.
I'll go outside and I just say don't freak out, and then I just use my relic, my thaumaturgy or whatever, and I just say, Dawnguard, stay your blades.
You all hear that.
I have a gun, so I shoot.
Shoot Elon. He's compromised.
I want to have my dagger like just pointed at the guy, and then when I drop my invisibility, I just want like my dagger to be like right here in his face.
The chief.
Yeah.
The chieftain?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is feeling
I wanna
another
take this situation and
dozens.
escalate it.
So yeah, you stand out in front of him and drop your invisibility, and he immediately jumps to grabbing his sword at his side and takes a threatening stance against you.
I flip my blade and I sheath it. It's like, hey.
All right.
Oh God. Everything was going so well.
All right. He takes his sword and then he just boom, he pommels you right across the face.
Cocky son of a bitch.
Can I
Show off.
can I use shield to up my AC and
To 24?
nope.
You rolled a 24 total.
It would have upped it to 21.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and then he points it at you and takes a step, and he just says, he speaks his that centaur language that you understand as never raise your weapon at me. And that's what he says to him. And he's just standing there. And Karaska is just you can tell he's reaching for a dagger and he's already got magic coming around his hand.
Look at Elon. I thought you said they were cool, man.
Yeah, you dropped invisibility with a dagger to his face. What'd you expect?
Well, I was gonna kill him. I didn't do that.
I mean, I guess it's a plus, but we just need to chill out.
I just put my hands up and just wave at him like, sorry.
Are you guys talking out loud? Because Karaska heard that entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking out loud at this
okay.
point.
Yeah. It's we just need to just call everybody else. We need to talk.
All right. And ow. I'll walk away. And
We all hear the stay your blades.
Yeah, everybody heard that. And at this point, even all the centaurs, because the chieftain, he yelled out when he
I
first
was
came out
about
of the
to open
tent.
fire on those guys and help y'all out.
So yeah,
I need to get better armor.
they're kind of commanded to just bring you guys forward at this point. They stand down. You've put a hurt on a couple of them, and you guys have taken some damage yourself.
I stay in the tree.
I'm still up in the tree.
I'm still up in the tree.
Okay.
Are you still up in the tree?
I'm still up in the tree.
Still up in the tree.
All right,
Bay is
so
also now.
they bring you guys forward, basically to the center of the camp, to rejoin or to join up with
everybody
Elon and Grits. Just mark this down. Kibe, Max, and Shrimp, you guys have all taken 10 points of damage.
All right.
I would
I'm
like to
still
take
rocking
5
five.
since I was last of the fight.
You take 9. You showed up late to the party. So yeah, they gather you in, and then Baron, you are still posted up.
Yep. and
Correct.
I stay hidden and I watch from afar.
And hidden you will be until the next episode.
Dun,
We're gonna have to wrap it up right there.
Hooray.
Dun, dun, dun. Yep. Call that a night. Do we have any announcements?
We have some new listeners on Podbean.
Hooray!
Faulty James and MPWS1 and Mr. Dr. Professor Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
mouthful.
I don't know what I'm supposed to refer to that person. Or how I'm supposed to refer to that person.
I feel like you could be a doctor and a professor
Yeah,
and also a mister. Like I feel like they're not mutually exclusive.
that's true.
It's a male doctor that also works for a
the-
college.
The highest rank would take precedent. Like you would refer to that person as doctor, I think.
I think the real question is he MD or PhD?
Yeah, that's the real question.
It doesn't say what like.
Anyways, thank you for following us, whatever you are.
We appreciate it.
Don't assume his prefix.
Wait,
Also,
All right.
we're gonna
Just
post.
using the prefixes.
We're gonna get the picture that I just took earlier of our studio falling apart and attacking our
Guys,
members.
we to tell you how ghetto it is, we have some foam taped up around in a basement, and
you'll
it's all
see.
falling down,
It's real professional up there.
much
Oh, yeah,
like
you'll
London
see.
Bridge.
It's gonna be awesome.
But we also have some comments on our Facebook. Luke Ashby comments, "Squee." Shaw has been an inspiration for many of my character voices so far.
That makes me proud. I love it.
Shaw had
Shaw
you said-
Hejesperdon.
I thought it
Can you
was
do his
Shaw
voice
from
for us?
Aphrodite.
You like to hear his voice? Listen to.
Anyway, that's all we have from the social media
Thanks,
standpoint.
Luke.
And
Glad I could,
if you'd like
help.
to help us out monetarily, check out the Patreon link in the description below. Maybe we can finally get rid of or get some, legit.
No, we're
sound
just gonna spend it on
dampening
beer.
stuff. I mean, that might happen too.
If you want to just send us money for beer too, that's also cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sound quality and beer.
yeah.
That's
I
what we
need one of
strive
those
for.
20-sided dies with only 20s on it. I can't afford one.
I got one you can borrow.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
And, we'll see you next time.
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!